This is the deep humor cycle. 1. Shits on YouTube for cheap views. 2. Quits talking about the YouTube issue. 3. Kisses YouTube's ass and boot licks when they do a not shit update. And then it repeats. This meme, it's kind of basic meme, but I thought of this every time I think of deep humor. This is just a fact of what deep humor does. This is the problem about people who call out YouTube. They don't really call out YouTube. They just they softball YouTube into thinking it's going to fix the issue if we call it out gently. Because what happens? Well, it eventually gets stale news. They stop talking about it. They don't double down. And then with an update that's like Molly, he will bootlick YouTube so hard you would think he's choking on the boot. And this happens every time Deep Humor makes a video. Every single time. It's a circle. Every time it's a cycle. He just can't help it. And people still see this guy as a respectable YouTuber. And the reason why he got so popular was because of Moist Critical. And what gets to me is that he has the influence to actually make YouTube listen. And see how? Well, he can talk to enough YouTubers and say, let's go to the advertiser and say, hey, here's all these videos that are sponsored by your advertisement. And it's like fucked up videos, animal torture, pornographic stuff, AI slop. This is all the stuff you should not see on the internet. And guess what? Deep Humor will defend it. He doesn't care about the average YouTuber. He doesn't even care about you as the creator. Small or big or small, whatever. He just does this for cheap views because it's a very easy way to get views. Because he made because the way the YouTube algorithm works is that if you get one video going, you can just keep talking about the same subject and they will make that ball bigger. And he pretends that, he's helping out the community. That there are some people like me and like a small group of people within the minority group that watches his videos knows he's not actually helping the YouTube landscape, but kind of hurting it. Because they're just going to look at him and they don't look at the people who actually have issues with the YouTube algorithm, the way YouTube is set up now, how it's not search based anymore, how everything's slop, AI slop, and he won't try to go further. As I said, you can talk to advertisers. If you can't get YouTube to do anything, you go where the money is. And you can easily do that. Remember, it was a medium to smallest YouTuber who started the ElsaGate controversy. It was like a not well known, but he was like some ginger dude. That's what people called him, like a redhead. And people making fun of him because of it, because people were pissed off that everyone lost money. He pointed out how all these ElsaGate videos were showing advertisements of Coca-Cola, all that. And, the advertiser was kind of scared because, about ElsaGate, it was like weird finger family, weird shit, almost fetish content. And not Google, but the advertisers were scared. So they just took their ads out and said, look, we're not going to host anything inappropriate with our ads. So YouTube freaked out, and instead of, actually going after the ElsaGate content, which it's still technically around, it just changed into content farms, and now it's basically just AI slop farms done by India. I wish you could do like with what Twitter did, where they have like a base and location, where they show it. And in my opinion, if I was YouTube, which they won't because the CEO's a Jeet, we need India to be separate from YouTube. Like, they should have their own YouTube. It's like with TikTok. TikTok's banned. And there's a reason why there's far less slop on YouTube than it is like on like TikTok has far less slop than YouTube. And that's a sad thing, because YouTube used to be like the quality content side. Now it's just been overrun by AI slop. And they refuse to do anything about that. And he said, why would you want another AI apocalypse then? Because that would stop. Because if you double, triple down and say, here are our demands, you know, as a YouTube community or whatever you want to call yourself, anonymous, whatever. If you point out and say, hey, we'll just double down on this and show even more obscure, because people will be digging in and find more crazy shit and saying, here, you want some more? You want some more advertisers? Here's videos of like kids being abused, you know, baby orphan videos, baby monkey videos, or something like that. Weird shit. Pipergate nonsense with pedophiles. And if you bring that up enough, they won't even care about coming back on YouTube. And you can say, wouldn't that make it harder for people to do YouTube? Yes, but you want to get so bad. Either two things. Either they fix the issues with YouTube to where they make it a search base, get rid of AI slop or demonetize them. But if not, you know what? If it gets so bad, then people will leave. Because I think the only reason why people stay, I've said this before in many other videos, people stay on this website just because it makes money. It makes you money. That's it. You take away that incentive, you don't make jack shit. I mean, not make jack shit. If you say, you made as much as TikTok, yeah, people won't be using YouTube anymore. Like, YouTube paid you, I think, $1 per 1,000 views. And YouTube would, if they did something like that, it would fuck them up so bad that everybody would be leaving. But the problem is, YouTube is like the biggest monetary incentive that actually pays you. There are people who may only have like several thousand subscribers, and they make enough to live on that. It's the only platform that pays you well. Now, it wouldn't shock me if they do something like this eventually, where they just stop paying, either stop paying or decrease the pay. And if they do that, then YouTube is fucked. It wouldn't shock me by the way YouTube is trying to get rid of being anonymous on YouTube now, where they say, we have to show your ID. I mean, you kind of do if you have to use YouTube, but I mean, you have to have your first, middle, and last name on the profile to make you be able to make money. That would kill a website right there. And, you know, what I'm trying to say is that if I was Deep Humor, I'd be going for that. I'll be double and triple, and I wouldn't be kissing any form of boot with YouTube. I wouldn't be doing that. If I was in his position, I would go A-log on them. I'd be like, every second YouTube makes a post or update, I'm gonna just make fun of it. Call the CEO of YouTube a Jeet. Say that his country is filled with scammers, which is just a fact. He eats poop. That's possibly a fact too. He's Indian. The moderation of YouTube are a bunch of communists who defend child predators, which is basically true. Yeah, I would do all that, because he has to reach for that, but he doesn't want to because he's a scared chicken shit. And also, in my theory is he might be a YouTube plant. Like, he could be just an employee that, you know, they'll tell, make a fake persona of you being a small-time creator. Because he came out of the blue. You know, the only reason why I and many others found him was because of Moist Critical. And all of a sudden, oh, who is this guy? Oh, he's talking about everything we want to hear for a little bit. And then you realize, oh, he's just a bootlicker. That's the problem with YouTube, is that there's too many bootlickers. There's too many gaslighters. There's too many bootlickers. There's too many, it's too much unorganic shit on YouTube now. And until another apocalypse happens to either make them learn not to do this shit with YouTube's algorithm, try to act like TikTok, separate a YouTube Shorts from normal YouTube, or get so bad to where people just leave. Which, well, I think that ever happened, unless it gets so bad or there's no monetary incentive why. But until then, YouTube may be around for another 20 or 30 years. It'd be around for half a century. But that's all I have with this video. See ya.